Okay, let's start the video. Nobody won Mega Minute. Go to $1.5 billion or a little bit more, because depending on what the sell is, it might keep going up. So last night's draw was a double number draw. Like I said, if a double number comes, you're gonna have more corners. More corners. Sometimes need to more a higher amount of number in your matrix. So always remember, nothing is guaranteed, but always trust yourself. You can donate, subscribe, share, and like my video, and email me at hyper_links@yahoo.com for any game prediction or requests. And if you want the Dster, you can click the join member video, or you can email me for a Dster and Invincible number system. You need those to hit the jackpot. They've been holding a lot of Invincible numbers. For those of you who got the list, they're holding a lot of Invincible numbers. That's the key. That's why nobody hit the jackpot, because those numbers are not in the those numbers that drawn. A lot of these numbers got drawn were good numbers, but they're not playing in the right zone. Not playing in the right zone. So you need those numbers to be drawn in the right zone to have a good chance of picking the right number and increase your chance of hitting that jackpot. And let's go to the Dster right now. So for last draw, it was an 8-corner game. Let's see what last night's draw. I mean, for Tuesday draw, it was an 8-corner game. Let's see how many corners were in the last night's draw. So again, it was 8-corner. This was 8-corner draw, and we're gonna no algorithm needed. I'm gonna copy, put that up there. Going to compare draws. No algorithm is needed. So I'm gonna have to combine draws. Lower this into instead of 40, we could 32. And let's compare draws. So for last night's draws, it was 11. 3 up from the last numbers, 30, 6 up from the last numbers, or a repeat. 45 got drawn, so it was also a repeat from the last number. The 30 and 45 got repeated. That's why a lot of people don't hit the jackpot. 52, 56, and number 20. So you see why nobody hit the jackpot, because 30 and 45 repeated. If I'm correct, 30 and 45 got repeated. The number that confuses us was the 35, or was 30 and 45 got repeated, but 30 had to be drawn back to back. Could happen, because if you those who got the breakdown, 30 that got drawn back to back could happen, because it was a high percentage draw number, 30. That's why 30 got drawn for both draws, because 30 was a high percentage draw number. 56 for last draw was also a high percentage draw numbers. And not only 56 was a high percentage number, 11 was also a high percentage draw number. 3 high percentage number got drawn, 11, 30, and 56 got drawn. 45 and 52. 52 was a low percentage number that should not have been drawn. But those 3 are the top number that should have been drawn. If you follow those lists, you're going to have to hit the jackpot. And if you look at 11, 30, 45, 52, 56, and 20, they were all in the Dster. They were all in the center of the Dster. For those who got the Dster, they were all in the center of the Dster, approximately in the center of the Dster. So if you look at the draw, let's see how many digit was used. 0 used twice from 20 and 30. You cannot drop a 2 and a 0. If you drop a 2 and a 0, you lose 30 and 52. The 1 got drawn 1 time, and 1 time from the double number 2. Double number 11. And the 2 was in 20 and 52. You got drawn 2 times. And the 3 was in 30, 1 time. Let's look at the 4. 4 was in 45 only, 1 time. The 5 was in 52 and 56, and 45 3 times. That's a high corner, was 5. So even though you have a total of 12 coordinates drawn. If the Dster focal point focus on the 5, you will only have to use 1 coordinate for all 3 5s. That's your key, is to use 1 coordinate for all 3 5s. If you can find that main focal point where the 5 is in the Dster, or which Dster will have that main focal point of that digit 5 that appears 3 times around 45, 52, and 56, and uses only 1 coordinate for all those 3 numbers. When using the digit 5, you're gonna have a good chance of hitting that jackpot. So, and a 6, 1 time, no 7, no 8, no 9. So note that in numbers. So again, if you have these coordinates, it should be equal to 12 coordinates. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. So last night, also an 8 coordinate game with 2 repeats. 8 coordinate game. So again, there's no decline in coordinates. The 8 coordinate game, you cannot use lower than an 8 coordinate game. If you use lower than an 8 coordinate game, it had to be draw where there's either no double numbers, or if there's double numbers, it gotta be repeat of digits to use, repetition of digits to use to draw the numbers. So 8 coordinate game, not a good moment last night, because the 8 coordinate game was being played. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you look at the Dster, and if you look at the Dster, you want to hit the jackpot within less coordinates as possible. So we're gonna go up. You're not gonna erase the Dster, the number on top. I'm gonna do 2, and you can compare numbers. You can compare numbers. Let's compare the numbers for last night. What the difference was? The 5 you would jump from 1 5 to 3 5s. The 6 stayed neutral. 8 dropped that out. 0 stayed the same. 1 it sort of split into a double number. Instead of having 61 and 12, or just 61 in the white ball and 12 in the gold ball, the 1 was used for a double number last night. And I don't like double number draw, it confuses people. But a double number could mean something if you know which double number comes. You only pick a double number section in the Dster, like I said. No double number comes, a double number in the Dster. So you have 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0. When the 1 can stay outside, 1, 1. 0, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2. Now, this is the coordinate. You can determine which one would be your double, would be extra 1, and you do not need to combine those numbers besides combine with number 11. So if you think the red number 1 is the double number 1, you do not use that for 10, you only use that for 11. So you're gonna have to go for 11. It's going here, up and down, 30, left and right, 45, left and right, 52 going diagonal, 56 left and right, and 20 we have to switch with the 2 and the 4. So if you switch that, 11 going up and down, 30 left and right, 45 going diagonal, 52 going left and right, 56 left and right, and 20 up and down. 20 up and down. So do not need to worry about which digit goes in the middle, which digit goes on the outer perimeter. Besides, the number 11 should go in the outer perimeter because number 11 is a double number. And you don't have to worry about that because you know that in digit like 7, 8, or 9, like the last row was at 8. Now, let's look at the number factor, how many number matrix was set up last night's draw. We'll go to our matrix section. And we're going to compare the numbers. This was last night's draw. I'm going to compare. So we're going to compare it to last night's draw. And we're going to compare it correctly. So 1, 1, 0, 3, 4, 0, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6. So I'm going to copy this section right here. move it over a little bit. Now we're going to set up our matrix also for last night's draw and compare it. We're going to have to compare. So I'm going to delete that right here. So you have 1, 2, 11, 10, 12, 20, 21, 23, 25, 'You know why you cannot put the 1 in the middle? Because if you separate any of these digits, 0 on the 3, or the 3 and the 4, it's not going to be good. Because you're going to have only 31, and you won't have that 45. If you put it in the middle here, you lose the 45, and you need that 45 to hit the jackpot last night. So 25, so the number should be either on the left side or the right side, doesn't matter. 25. 30, 32, 34, 35, 36, 40, 3, 45, 46, 50, 52, 53, 54, 56, 63, 64, and 65. So it's only 2 numbers less than last night's number. Last night's show, only 2 numbers less. If I did it correctly, you can spot check me if I did it correctly, or if I didn't do it correctly, you can spot check me. I'm trying to check. Yeah, I should be able to do it correctly. There's only 2 numbers less than the draw for Tuesday. 2 numbers less. It's still a hard draw because it was a double number. There's no dead end digit. It was double number, 20 number draw. So for instance, we're going to look at the highest drawn digit in the Dster. Highest drawn digit in the Dster with the lowest digit in the Dster. We're going to have to look at that lowest drawn digit in the Dster. Lowest drawn number with the lowest digit. So 65. We're going to have to look at the number 11. You have 1, 11, 10, 12, and 21. That's 20%. Or picking the number with the digit 1 correctly. That's 20% chance of picking the number 1 correctly. So if you have 20% chance of picking the digit with the number 1 correctly, you're not going to hit the jackpot with 20% chance. Now, we're going to look, and we're going to see next drawn digit. 6, 65, 63, 64, 56, 36, 46. That 6 occurs 6 times. That would be about 16% of picking the digit number with the digit 6 correctly on the first try. So again, so far the 1 leads at 20%. Now, if you look at the 2, 12, 20, 21, 23, 25, 32, 52, that's 8 number with digit 2 being used. So that's not a good percentage. And there's no other good percentage. Let's look at the 4, 34, 43, 45, 46, 54, and 64, all the 60%. So your highest drawn number, highest percentage pick digit is 1, because you only have 11, 01, 10, 12, and 21. So if you have to set up your matrix like yesterday to hit the jackpot, you need to cover the 1 correctly. So you have to cover the 11 correctly. Ignore this. You're going to have to cancel this out. You're going to have to cover the 01. You're going to have to cover the 10 and the 12. The 10, you're going to have to cover the 12, and you're going to have to cover the 21. So you cover that, all those 5 numbers, the lowest amount of money you could spend on the first number. Ignore these, ignore that. 5 times 5, $25, $50 you would have to spend to cover the first number correctly. $50 to cover the number correctly, because you want 100% of picking correct. You can gamble at 20% of just using one number, which is number 11. If you think 11 is coming up, you're going to gamble and pick only 11 and spend only $10. Instead of $50, you spend only $10 if you want to take a chance and gamble the number. Do you want to gamble number? You decide. So again, the common denominator system also works. You're going to compare both games and utilize which number appears in Mega Man and PAll. So if those are matches, your common denominator, except for 70, which is not in the matrix for PAll. So again, a lot of these number uses the same scenario, same matrix. Like 56 also occur from one draw to the next, right? You also have 21 also appear from one draw to the next, right? So again, you're going to highlight it to 21, 56. You're going to have 65 also appear from one draw to the next in that same Dster, in that same section you're trying to use. A lot of these numbers appears more than one, from one draw to the next. 63 also. Now 45 also appears more than once. You see, that means that section of the 45 appear more than once. You can also do this and compare one draw to the next, see where the numbers are. So let's find out where the number appeared from one draw to the next. In the Dster, 52. So far, the only number that appeared from one draw to the next that got drawn was 45. 45. 11 didn't get drawn because it was also in the Tuesday's draw. 30 got drawn. 30 and 45 got drawn because it was in both Tuesdays and Friday's matrix from the Dster. So 2 number out of 5. Now 52 also appears from one draw to the next. So you have 3 numbers that appear from one draw to the next. So you might want to separate from which number appears on Tuesday's Dster and which number did not appear on Friday's Dster from Tuesday's Dster. So compare that, and you might want to pick numbers that appear in Tuesday's Dster, also in Friday's Dster, the section that you're trying to use to create your matrix, and limit number like that. Also, you can do that. And 56, so 30 appear from one Dster to next. 45 appear from one Dster to next. 52 also appear from one Dster to next. And 56 also appears from one Dster to next. Those all 4 numbers that appeared from one Dster to next got drawn, except for one number that didn't appear in the Dster, which is on Tuesday's Dster, but only appear on Friday's Dster, which is number 11. Now, if you look at 20, let's don't count the white ball. Let's not count the white ball, gold ball, because we're going to count the white ball. So for the white ball, only 4 balls that appear in Dster got drawn. That were also in Tuesday's Dster. Now, we're going to go spot check 3, 6, 8, 12. You can highlight 12 also appear in both Dster. 14, 15, 21, 24, 25 also appear in both Dster. 36 also appear in both Dster. 38, 41, 42, 51, 52, 54 also appear in both Dster. 60, 63, 68, 56, 58, 16, 18, 61, 65. So again, 65 appear in both these. So if you count the number, the right side should match the left side. You have 1, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. So you have 11 number. You have 11 number that appear on red. So 11 red On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Also 11 red on this side. So that means that out of your 25 number matrix, you see it? 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Out of your 25 number matrix, from last night's draw, only 11 number. If you try to separate it from the group that didn't appear in last Dster and the group that appeared in the last Dster, you only have 11 number in the matrix compared to 25 number. You can do this, see if it works, and see which way works. But the Dster and Invincible number is important to be used. And out of the 11 number, the breakdown has 3 high percentage number that was supposed to be drawn last draw: 30, 56, and 11. So two high percentage number was in red. That means that also occurred in Tuesday's Dster, the section you try to use. So if you pick the right section and you have the right matrix, you're gonna hit. So instead of using 25 numbers, you could have brought down to 11 if that works. If that works, meaning if they utilize the number in the red zone instead of the black zone. The red zone means that it was also in Tuesday's Dster. The number that occurred in Friday's draw, Friday's Dster, was also in Tuesday's Dster, the section you're trying to use. Not the entire Dster, not trying to use the entire Dster, we're trying to use the section of the Dster. Therefore, giving you only 11 numbers. So you can distinguish which way to pick the number correctly by using the breakdown, and the Invincible system also use this to separate the numbers. I'm gonna do this for PAll also. I'm gonna try to do this and compare the numbers to try to help you guys hit that jackpot. I'm gonna try to use this and not do this individually. And then for next draw, do a new matrix. I'm gonna compare matrix from one draw to the next to show you guys which number appear from one draw to the next, and which draw did not appear from one draw to the next, and where they hit. They hit in the red numbers or the black numbers, meaning they hit where the numbers repeat from the next draw to the next, from one draw to the next, or they do not repeat from the one draw to the next. So I'll put MM right here. So next time I go back to the video, I would know that these numbers were for Mega Minute, not Powerball. And you can try to do that also for Powerball. But be sure to donate, subscribe, share, and like my video. And click the join member video for member video over there. And the Dster I will post over there also in the join member video. Or you can email for the Dster and Invincible system. Glad to help you guys because you need that to hit the jackpot. Need that. And click on either icon. Please be sure to donate, subscribe, share, and like my video. And always email me if you have any question or game prediction.